Good evening. Welcome back, guys. This is Keith Hershey here, and in this video here I am going to take you through the process on how to parse a background for D&D Next for use inside Fantasy Grounds. So first off, you're going to need to go to the forums, Fantasy Ground forums here, and you're going to need to go down to the 5e folder here, and you're going to go to Project Par 5e. So you open that up, and there's going to be a link here. This link will take you to a third-party site, which is Zeus's site, which if you've never registered there, you will have to register before you can download. You can then download the program. Okay, once you download the program, it'll open up and it'll look like this. You'll have the program here, you'll have a archive database, and then you have a folder with some documents. You want to make sure you do read through some of the documentation. It is pretty technical, so you may have to read it many times. If you get stuck, just go to that thread and post in what it is you're trying to do, and try and do some screenshots. Will help, as well as trying to pinpoint where your errors are, if that happens. Alright, so anyhow, we're going to open up D&D 5e user guide, because that's going to have some formats on each of the background datas. He kind of breaks it down into what tags are and the syntax and everything, so you'll want to read through that, and then he'll give you an example. And the ... means, he just put like the first few words for that particular paragraph and whatnot. But anyhow, I'm going to show you how to put in the criminal background. So we're going to skip down. We're going to work on that. So first things first, we're going to go and open up our basic rules. You're going to want to use the printer-friendly version of the rules when you do it. If not, you're going to have all kinds of weird characters and stuff showing up, and it's going to make your life miserable. Printer-friendly is your friend, trust me. Alright, once you have that, you're going to go down and you're going to copy. Actually, we're going to just copy down to this right here before this table. So we're going to copy that, and then we're going to go to our C drive, and this is where I made a folder called class module. So make a folder there, and then you're going to open that up, and you're going to make two more folders, one for input and one for output. Okay, and then you're going to go into input, and you can see I have a whole bunch of stuff here. We're going to create a new, so right click, go to new, down to text document here, and we're going to name this class. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, we're doing backgrounds. So we're going to name it backgrounds. Enter. Oops, that's right, we already have one. So let me just let me change the one I have here. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, so here we go. So name it backgrounds. Okay, we're going to open that up, and we're going to paste that in there. Okay, now we're going to go back to our PDF for the Par 5e program here. We're going to see how it started off. In front of each background, it needs to start with ##, semicolon. That's going to tell the parser, okay, this is the start of a new background. So going back to backgrounds, we're going to mark that up, so ##, semicolon. Okay, a couple things to note here. When you're at skill proficiencies, if this is taking up more than one line, it needs to all fit on one line, so just backspace and kind of space it out. Just for instance here, tool proficiency, say how it goes one type of gaming set, comma, and then it's got a line break, so you're going to want to remove that line break. For skill proficiencies and tool proficiencies, also for equipment, so we're going to break that. Okay, this should be fine. Okay. Alright, now we're going to go back to our PDF and we're going to copy some more. So the next thing here, we're going to copy this entire little table here. We've got to doctor this up here, which I'll show you how to do. Alright, actually it came out pretty good. We're going to get rid of this extra D8 specialty. We don't need that. Okay, so we just have to put a space here, kind of break it up for the table it's going to create. D8 specialty, make sure it's 1 through 8. And if you're using any custom ones, sometimes they'll have like 1 and then a period. There should not be a period after the numbers. If there is, it won't create the table successfully. Put a space in there. Now we're going to go back to the PDF in the basic rules. Okay, we're going to copy some more here. Control C, paste that in there, and all that should be fine just like that. Okay, put another space in there. Go back over to the PDF. Now we're going to copy down all these tables right here, all 4 of these. And when you're scrolling down, you can right click to highlight them, hold down the shift button to get more in one scoop. That'll take like that whole side of the page. Control C to copy that, and then Control V over here will paste that. Okay, now what we got to do is for each of these tables, everything has to fit on a line on these numbers. So we need a backspace, space, backspace, get rid of that line break, put a space in here. Okay, so see how I did this, how it all fits on one line? Okay, we're going to do that with each one here. Don't worry if you get stuck. The guys on the forums are really good at answering your questions. You may have to give them a little bit more detail on what you've done, so they can try and figure out where it's at. You just gotta be. You gotta have patience to do this. So I've been working on this for about a week now, and I finally got through the entire player's handbook and the basic rules. So I'm going to be going through all these and showing you how it works. Alright, so we cleaned up all the tables here, and I put a space in between each one. Okay, and what I recommend when you do this, only do one at a time. Okay, do one, go back, and you're going to parse it, make sure it works. Once it works, add another one, test it. If it works, add another one, and down the line. And what you might want to do is just copy this exact format and just paste over the top each section, depending on your learning style. Okay, so now we're going to parse this and see if this works. Okay, so we're going to go to our folder with the par5e that you downloaded from Zeus's website. And you're going to double click on par5e.exe. Okay, once we're in here, we're going to need to create a module name. And then we're going to call this backgrounds. Oops. The module category, we're going to call this core rules. The module ID needs to be different than the name. So we're going to name this 5E, and then I'm going to put B for background. Module type. Since this is a background, you're going to want your players to see it as well. So I'm going to put GM/player. The rule set, we need to change to 5E. Okay, once that does that, you'll see a bunch of different fields up here pop up. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, module source path. This is going to be linked to how I have it. Is I have it on my C drive, and that's the folder I made called class module. So you're going to open that up and hit open. Okay, and then thumbnail path, if you want a little thumbnail to go with the module, you're just going to put it, give it a directory. So I'm going to leave that blank because I don't care about that. Alright, temp path here. This is going to go to the same folder, the class module, but we're going to go one step further. We're going to go to the output. Okay, so that's basically the program's going to use that folder there to do some of the work in parsing it and whatnot. Okay, and then the output folder. This is where the module's going to go. It says FG modules path. So you need to direct this at the Fantasy Grounds path. So on my computer, it's going to be C drive, users, my name or whatever you name the computer, app data, roaming, Fantasy Grounds, modules. Okay, then hit open. Alright, now we need to check what we want it to parse. We're going to do backgrounds. Okay, so check that box. And since backgrounds has tables in it, we're going to go down here where it says input tables.txt. Click that box. Okay. Alright, we're ready to test this bad boy out. We're going to go up here. We're going to hit parse. Alright. Looks like it completed all the way down. It says module completed. So what we're going to do is fire up Fantasy Grounds, or if you already have it open, just type /reload space all, and that'll force it to reload. Going to go into library, to modules, and we're going to open up background here. Okay, backgrounds. Ooh, nothing showed up. Okay, I think maybe I named this wrong here. Backgrounds.txt. Let me make sure I saved this. That might be what it was. Alright, let's parse it again. Okay, yep, that's what it was. I keep forgetting when I make these videos to hit save on that notepad, because until you save it, it doesn't lock it, what you've typed in there for the parse to grab. Okay, so see here, it comes up and it actually shows in green criminal. That's a good sign, meaning it actually took. So we're going to go back and type /reload all. Okay, I'm just going to refresh the program. Go to library, modules, open up background, and then there we are, criminal. And see, there it is. And if you click on criminal specialty, it's got all the specialties. Click that and it rolls the specialty. Okay, go down here, we want the personality trait, roll that for the ideal, bond, flaw. Alright, and puts it all over there. Anyhow, it's that simple. It really is. It's really simple once you get in there and you learn the syntax. And like I said, if you have any problems getting the parser to work, just go to the Fantasy Grounds forum thread and just put in the steps you took. Take some screenshots of the parse here, like your little configuration here. Take a screenshot of that so they could see, and then the console here where it's going through all these steps. Take a screenshot of that, and then your little text file. just go to like File Dropper and upload it so it gives you a link, and then that way you can post that in there too. And then people are really good. Usually within a day, they will get in there and they'll see if they can figure out where the problem is and give you the solution. So anyhow, hope this helps. Anyhow, take care, happy gaming, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.